Alright, hello everyone, my name is Maddie Cowan, and this is my cultural nutrition video assignment.
You said we don't even make love no more. I'm not sure, but you know that's not right. And while you're sweating, babe, no, 'cause I can't give you my life. It's your fault for loving.
Alright, so in case you couldn't tell, the restaurant that I chose to evaluate was Shin Sushi downtown. It's right off of Monterey, and this is to further explore Japanese culture. As far as Japan's overall cultural nutrition, the traditional Japanese diet is called washoku, and it includes high fish consumption, umami flavors, and some staple foods include rice/noodles, and usually they'll have like a miso soup and 3 or so side dishes. There's a lot of use of chopsticks to ensure smaller bites, which also helps promote digestion faster, which I thought was really interesting when I was researching, just because Japan does have one of those blue zones that has the highest longevity in the world, which is super interesting. Most of their food that they eat is pretty fresh. Small portions of main and side dishes also discourage overeating, so I feel like there's a general rule in Japan to only eat until you're 80% full. A lot of their soups also include a lot of boiled vegetables, and soup has also been shown to be really good for your overall health because it's kind of filling and it's pretty like nutritionally dense, but it's not super energy dense, so it doesn't have a lot of calories in it, but it has a lot of nutrients, and those boiled vegetables are really filling. Some of the main cooking methods are also steaming, boiling, and stewing, and all of these include the use of water, so in hydrating their food, it also makes the food more filling so that they're not overeating. I feel like that's like the biggest takeaway that I got out of looking at Japan's cultural nutrition is that they really prioritize like making sure you're not too full. And then as far as Japanese dining etiquette, in Japan it is common to have low tables and chairs on a tatami floor in addition to Western style table and chairs. It's customary to take off your shoes and socks when you're sitting down, and you kind of like sit and eat on the floor. Wet towels are also typically provided to clean hands before eating, and these are complimentary just to promote cleanliness, and you want to make sure you're clean before you're touching your food. Any small bowls that you're eating out of, like how I mentioned the side dishes and the small portions of like mains, those should all be picked up and held in your hands so that it's close to your face and you're not slurping your food all over the table and stuff. As far as portion sizes, you should try to finish all of your food. If there's something that you don't like, it's best to like leave it in the way that it was presented to you, like in the main dish, not on your like little plate in front of you. That's just considered polite there. When drinking alcohol, it's customary to serve others rather than pouring your own drink. So usually, let's say you're drinking a beer or something. If you're getting kind of low, it's customary for your friend to like take it and pour it for you. It's just kind of like a respect thing, and you're not supposed to serve yourself. And then as far as the sushi, all of the pieces should be eaten in one bite. You can like use your fingers or chopsticks, and you can like dip it in soy sauce and stuff. There's usually a little soy sauce dish, but you're not supposed to put soy sauce on any of the rice or anything. All right. As far as ramen and sushi rolls, because those are the two things that we ordered when we were there, sushi was first invented in China in the 5th century BC as a means of preserving fish. So what they would do is they would take raw fish and they would salt it and put it in fermented rice barrels in order to preserve it for longer. And usually they would throw out the rice after, and that was the first kind of form of sushi because they would be eating the raw fish. But Hanaya Yohei, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, invented the first modern sushi dish in the 1800s in Edo, Tokyo, where he took the seaweed and actually wrapped it around with the rice and the fish inside. And then modern sushi was introduced to America in the 1920s by Japanese immigrants. Ramen also was originally a Chinese dish, with the first modern Japanese ramen dish being invented in 1926. Restaurant impressions and cultural accuracy. Overall, I think that the restaurant was relatively culturally accurate. I mean, there was a sushi bar that you could sit at with the sushi chefs in front of you, but I feel like most people were sitting on the Western style table and chairs. And like as far as the servers, there wasn't any like hand cloths or anything that was handed to you beforehand. It didn't feel super culturally accurate, but I feel like as far as San Luis Obispo goes, it was decent enough. Like it was still sushi. I also noticed the menu included all of the classic rules with Japanese name and an English description underneath, which I thought was really cool. They had poke bowls too, which I thought was kind of interesting. Oh, another thing that I noticed is that the presentation, I thought that the sushi chefs did great and it tasted really good. but the presentation wasn't quite up to par of what I would expect from like a more culturally accurate sushi restaurant, if that makes sense. Because I feel like Japan really like, they really pride themselves on perfectionism, so, and everything like looks clean and neat all the time, and that just wasn't the case. All right, so as far as what we ordered is we got a wakame salad, a Grover Beach roll, and miso ramen, which was really good. The Grover Beach roll was a spicy tuna on top of a shrimp tempura roll with some of the spicy shin sauce, and had a lot of that good stuff in there. Like I said, it looked a little bit messy for like a typical Japanese restaurant. I guess it could have been what I ordered, but the wakame salad was really good. The miso ramen was pretty good. The soup didn't have a ton of flavor in it, but it looked pretty classic from what I could see. It came in a pretty cool bowl like that. And yeah, overall, it was pretty good. I had a great experience going to Shin Sushi. I wouldn't say that it was like 100% the most culturally accurate, but I feel like as far as sushi places in Slough, I liked it quite a bit. And yeah, the fish seemed pretty fresh and everything. Thank you for listening.